At Let me very quickly go over to the Discord and announce that we are live. Okay, there we go. Good morning, good morning. Let's see who we're gonna have in the chat today. So we did a morning stream. What was it, chat? There like 2 or 3 days ago, 2 days ago, something like that, or maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. I don't know. I can't keep up. But it was actually pretty popular. People seem to enjoy it, and I got some requests. I got some requests to start doing some more early morning streams. So I figured, why not? We're here. Let's do one. Let's do another one. What's up, AP? Welcome first in chat this morning. Welcome, welcome. Truth, welcome. Ghost, welcome. Old mate, welcome. Hello, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Maybe not morning for all of you, but it is very much morning for me. We made that Discord announcement. Let's go ahead and also grab the Discord link really quick so we can drop it in chat for anybody who might want that. Let's go ahead and get that going. A little bit of Red Bull here. What's up, A? There we go. So yeah, normally we don't do morning streams, but we did one the other day and it was pretty popular. So why not? Why not? What's up, Ivan? It's been a minute, dude. What's up, Mike? Welcome. What's up, Jimmy? Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Today we're going to be talking about what to do when you're feeling very anxious slash panicky. Now, some of you are probably thinking, Wonder Bro, I'm sensitized, right? If you're sensitized, I'm sensitized, Wonder Bro. I'm always feeling very anxious slash panicky, right? And I get that. I understand that. This can apply to either situation. Everything we're about to talk about can apply to either situation, whether you're full blown sensitized, right? And you pretty much feel anxious and panicky a lot of the time, right? Or you're somewhere in the middle and you just deal with panicky feelings from time to time, or you deal with anxious feelings from time to time, or you're sensitized but you have peaks. You have peaks of inner panic or high anxiety, right? This applies to any and all situations. So that's what we're going to talk about. Let's see. Lucy, what is up, Lucy? Thanks for joining us. 1:35 p.m. for me. Good timing, good timing. I want to say thank you for the support, man, on Discord. I was really feeling I wasn't going to be able to make that acceptance thing work, but because you and members on Discord helped, that is awesome, Ghost. Congrats, dude. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. It is a practice. You got to keep it up. 8:35 a.m. here. Same here. Same here. 8:35 a.m. What is up, SS dude? I haven't seen you in a minute. I do remember you though. Welcome. Chat is already filling up. We don't have to wait long today. We might as well just jump into it. Perp says needed this. Thank you, bro. Thanks for being here, Perp. Yeah, guys, we might as well jump into it. Chat is already pretty much full. So, like I said, today we are going to be talking about what to do when you're feeling very anxious or panicky. Now, like I said, this applies to any and all situations involving anxiety, but we're mostly today referring to, right, that moment where the anxiety is really starting to amp up. We are mostly referring to that moment where you start to feel panicky, right? But again, can apply to any and all situations involving anxiety. So, whew, let's go ahead and take a deep breath and let's get into it. Now, what is it that you need to do when you feel that anxiety shoot up through the roof? What is it that you need to do when you feel that panicky feelings start to set in? Everyone knows what that feels like, right? What is it that you need to do? Chat. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That is the stream for today. I will see you guys next time. Until next time, as always, stay awesome. All right, we're going to elaborate a little bit more. But if I did want to end the stream there, if I did want to end the stream there, that would be it. If you understood the message of doing nothing when those panicky feelings start to set in and that anxiety starts to spike through the roof, if you truly understood that message, we could end the stream there. We could end the stream there. But let me elaborate a little bit. Let's say, and you guys know I love examples, so let's give some examples. Let's say You're reading the newspaper. I don't know why I'm giving that as an example. Nobody reads newspapers anymore, but let's say you're reading the newspaper, right? And you're having a cup of coffee and you start to feel very anxious. Boom, it's coming, man. Boom, boom, boom. You're starting to feel the panic. It's going through the roof, right? What do you do in that moment? Do you drop the newspaper, pick up the phone, and start calling people out of panic? Do you start pacing around the kitchen table? Do you go and start chugging water? You start pacing, jumping up and down? Or do you do nothing and continue to read the paper, right? You acknowledge that the feeling is there. This isn't about denial. You are, of course, aware of the feeling. You acknowledge that it's there. Okay, there's that anxiety. You can label it as a false alarm, right? That's helpful. False alarm, but you do nothing. You change nothing up. There's nothing for you to do. When fight or flight is activated, right? Your brain is going, what are they going to do? What are they going to do about the fact that I just activated the alarm? Are they going to take me up on my advice? So if you get up and you start running laps around the house, your brain is going to say, okay, they're changing their behavior to please this alarm, so the alarm must be real. That's what your brain thinks, right? And now we're starting to program into the brain, right? Now we're starting to program into the brain that these alarms are needed. And there lies the cycle. So when we say do absolutely nothing, all that means is continue to do whatever it is you're doing. You'll see that that is covered in the two main keys. That is very clearly covered in the two main keys when we say live life. That is one of our two main keys here. If you're new here, the two main keys are live life and stop doing so much worry. Stop fighting with the thoughts and feelings, all that mental worry. That is the two main keys. So you can see the whole do nothing, just continue on with whatever it is you were doing when these feelings and thoughts came, right? You can see that reflected in the two main keys when we say live life. So let's give another example. I love examples. Let's say you're taking a shower. Let's say you're taking a shower. It's been a long day. You're taking a shower. You start to feel the anxiety start to rise. You start to feel that panic kind of setting in. What do? Do you jump out of the shower like a chicken with its head cut off? Do you get on the phone and start calling, blah, blah, blah. Oh, God, I got to get away from this. Or do you just continue to take that shower? You get that shower done. You continue to take that shower. You get that shower done. You don't change anything to please anxiety. When you start changing things, when you start changing what you're doing because of the false alarm, now you're saying to the brain, hey, I'm going to take you up on your advice. This alarm must be real. I'm going to take you up on it. And when you start to change things to please anxiety in the moment, you start to tell the brain, hey, the danger is real. Right? Now, we know you're just reading the paper and having a cup of coffee. We know you're just taking a shower. We know you're just taking your dog on a walk. We know that you're just having dinner, supper. We know that you're just watching TV. Right? We know all of this. You know that. Logically, we know all of this. The brain doesn't. So when the brain hits you with the false alarm, the fear pathways are going off, and you start changing your life up to abide by the anxiety, then the anxiety, not knowing any better, says, hey, there must be a real danger because they took me up on my advice. I sounded the alarm, and they stopped doing what they were doing and started doing laps around the house. This must have been a good alarm. I'll remember that, right? And there lies the cycle. So again, high anxiety, high panic. What do? Nothing. You can see that reflected in the two main keys. When we say live your life, that's what we mean by that. Just continue living your life, doing whatever it is you would normally do, right? You see that in the two main keys. When we say live your life, that basically just means do nothing. Just do what you would normally do, right? So the two main keys, again, we don't add the mental fight, the mental worry to the thoughts and feelings, right? And we live life, which means we don't change our behavior to please anxiety, right? Because anxiety, again, how does this work? Anxiety sounds the alarm. Boom. Switches it on. You start to feel that inner panic. You start to feel the anxiety start to rise. Now, if you change behavior to please the anxiety, that's a problem. Now, here's another example that maybe most of you can relate to, right? I'm sure everyone could relate to the shower example. Hopefully you take showers, right? Maybe you've never been panicking in the shower. I don't know. But here's an example that most people can probably relate to. Now, as you all know, we have a Discord server, right? People love the Discord server. It's a good place to learn about acceptance. It's a good place to get some motivation. It's a good place to really nail down your knowledge, right? And to share your accomplishments and to boost each other up. It's a good place for all of this. But if every single time you are anxious or panicky, that's the only time you get on the Discord server. When I feel a little bit panicky, then I run and I get on the Discord server. Oh, I feel like this. I feel like this. If that's what you're doing, if that's how you're using the Discord server, you're using it not the way that I intended. Right? Now, again, there's nothing wrong with some support. There's nothing wrong with a genuine question that you want the answer to. There's nothing wrong about using it to make friends, learn about this stuff, right? But if every single time the false alarm is activated, you jump on my Discord server, you're changing the way that you behave to satisfy anxiety. You're taking it up on its false alarm, right? Right? Now, I understand, good place for support, but if you run to it every single time, we're not going to get very far as learning how this thing works, as far as retraining the brain goes. Now, the same concept applies for all of these chat rooms and forums that exist. We've all been there on Dr. Google, right? Now, to some of you, that might feel like a very minor thing. Well, Wonder Bro, are you telling me if I get on the Discord server, every time I feel anxious or panicky, that I'm not going to recover? I didn't say that. I said it's going to slow down your process a little bit. It's going to slow down your progress a little bit. We want to make sure that we're not changing up our behaviors in the moment too much, right? Right? Now, I'm not saying you got to sit there like a statue, but just keep doing what you would normally do. Does that make sense? Just keep doing what you would normally do. Now, I'm also not saying if you get on the Discord every single time you're anxious that you're screwed. You're never going to retrain your brain. But what I am saying is we need to start to cut back a little bit on the coping methods. We need to start cut back a little bit on the coping methods. Am I saying it's wrong to watch my videos to learn about acceptance and then use the advice? No. Am I saying it's wrong to go on a 24-hour binge of my videos because you're feeling anxious when you already know the advice? Yes, I am saying that, right? So we need to start to cut back on what we do in the moment when we're dealing with this anxiety and panic. We got to remember the two main keys are live your life, stop mentally fighting with all these thoughts and feelings. If you are changing your life up in very dramatic ways to appease the anxiety in the moment, which means every time anxiety comes around, every time panic hits you with a false alarm, you jump up and do laps around the house, that's something we need to work on because we're basically just, demonstrating to the brain when we do this, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Please remember that. Something is wrong. Please take note of that. That is how we are communicating with the brain when we act the way that we do because we're triggered, right? So again, you can see that reflected in the two main keys. Live your life and stop mentally fighting with all the thoughts and feelings, which means stop doing so much worry. Use a little accepting reminder. Pull yourself back when you're getting too involved in the worry. Get back to living. You are demonstrating to the brain now all is well. So although it may feel like you want to get up and do laps around the house instead of continue to read the paper when you're starting to feel panicky, you do not have to do that. You are very much in control of the way that you behave. It may not feel like that in the moment, but as you practice this, it'll get easier and easier. So again, we could have stopped the stream at 3, 4 minutes in and just said, what do you do when the anxiety and panic is high? Nothing. We could have ended it there. If you truly understood the message there, we could have just ended it there, right? We really could have. But I wanted to elaborate a little bit. Of course, I wanted to give a few examples, but you see what we're getting at. You don't want to change things up too much for anxiety. Now, I'm not saying you got to be perfect, but I am saying you got to be self-aware of what you're doing. You got to be self-aware of what you're doing. That is what I'm saying. I'm not saying you got to be perfect to make progress. I've never said you got to be perfect to make progress. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to not be perfect and still make a lot of progress. But at the same time, you do got to be, self-aware of the things that you're doing, right? With everything that we just discussed, and now you hopefully have a better understanding of how the brain works and how you demonstrate to the brain that all is well. Hopefully, this is making you do some inner looking. Hopefully this is making you become more self-aware. Hopefully this is making you sit there and think, oh, maybe I do need to make some changes on this because like it or not, you can take in all the advice in the world. But if I say to you, when you do these things while you're anxious and panicky, you're demonstrating to the brain that there's a problem. You need to live life. When I say that to you, but you don't take a second to kind of do some self-reflection and be honest with yourself, you're not going to get very far. You're not going to get very far. If you're not willing to do some self reflection during these talks, if you're not willing to be self aware during these talks, and if you're not willing to admit to yourself that, yes, I have these bad habits, if you're not willing to be honest with yourself like that, you're not going to get very far because without that, we're not going to make change. So the next time you're anxious or panicky, you're going to do all the things that you've been doing, demonstrating to your brain that there's a problem instead of just living life, right? You're not going to work on it. And if you don't work on it, true progress going to be made? No. No. Right? Right? All right, you guys. So that was the point of today's stream. That was the point of today's stream. As always, I hope somebody takes something from it, and I hope you use it. I hope somebody takes something from it, and I hope you use it. So let's get over to the chat, see what you guys are doing today. um, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, see if we missed anybody. What is up, Street Fighter? Have you established where the sensitization started, or which events have contributed? Have I butted in a conversation here? Or was that a question for me? It's crazy. I've been thinking about contributing events. It's becoming way more aware of my own self-talk these days. So becoming more aware and becoming aware of your bad habits is needed. Like we just said, it is needed. Let's see. I don't think we have any more comments to catch up on. I think this is just you guys talking amongst yourselves. The anxiety experience will give you all the deepest insights to life you will ever need. It will make you very self aware, and that's not a bad thing. It will make you very self aware. With everything that you just learned from this stream, if you truly sat down and thought, hmm, how have I been changing my behaviors to please anxiety? What are my bad habits? If you truly self reflected on that for a minute, you would start to see a lot of things start to pop up. Well, I know when I'm woke up at 3 with anxiety, I try to go back to sleep, but when your stomach is full of anxiety, well, as I said, you don't have to be perfect. I never said, you don't have to sit there like a statue and say, oh God, I was sleeping, I gotta lay here like a statue. But, for example, if normally when you get woken up with anxiety at 3 a.m. and you can't go back to sleep, if you would normally get up and pace around the house, let's not do the pace around the house part. Let's just do something productive. Let's do something that we want to do. You see what we're getting at? So this is very situational. It is very situational, but if you're honest with yourself and you think sort of deeply on what it is that you do when you're anxious, when you're panicky, you'll start to see your own bad behaviors start to pop up. You'll start to be like, every time I wake up with anxiety at 3 a.m., instead of getting up and being productive or just getting something to eat or just, doing something normal, I pace around the house. I get on Google and I start Googling all these things, or I get up and I huddle up in a ball and watch a Wonder Bro video. You'll start to see all of these bad habits. So we've got some drug discussion. Drugs scared me so much that my anxiety actually is around drugs now. I'm scared to get drugged with things I eat, which is a very, very, very common theme. Very common OCD type theme there. Let me see. Let me see. I will address that. Hold on just a second. I will address that. Let me respond to this. AC said, I don't know if there's a place to talk about drugs. So if we're casually talking about drugs and doing drugs, probably not the place for it. If you're discussing the common OCD theme of being drugged, which is very common for some people, if you're discussing that, then that's more understandable. You guys see where I'm getting at with that? Morning, bro team. What's up, PJ? What is up, dude? All right, sorry, I had to respond to this. I had no choice. Do you like Red Bull? I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of energy drinks in general. Just not a huge fan. I feel like they just make me shaky and jittery, but they don't really give me energy. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, so as far as the whole that discussion goes, if it's something that you're currently dealing with anxiety wise, then that's understandable. But if you're just discussing what you do or do not enjoy it recreationally, then maybe go somewhere else. Hey, what's up, Mint? Good to see you. Dude, okay, you love Red Bull. We know. Yeah, I know. I don't think there's been a single day that's went by in the past week that A hasn't told me that he enjoys Red Bull. I just start my art again. Well, it sounds like you're definitely on the right track then, Truth. Sounds like you're definitely on the track. You're doing things that you want to do. You see what we're getting at? You're doing things that you want to do. You're not necessarily doing something because of anxiety, right? Wonder bro, see if I have a song just playing over and over in my head, should I still keep the I need this attitude? Well, I'll answer that question with a question. You say if I'm dealing with something that I don't really like to deal with, something mentally, some sort of obsessive thought, right, which is basically your question there. I'll answer your question with a question. You say, should I just keep the I need this attitude, aka the accepting attitude? The answer to that question is, with this question, what good will telling yourself how badly you don't want to feel this thing or have this thought? What good will that do? Right? Will that help at all? Will that benefit you at all, or will that just make matters worse? So, like I said, I'll answer your question with a question there. Ghost is still around. What's up, Ghost? Captain A said, "What you talking about?" As if he hasn't been talking about Red Bull for like 3 days. I did sleep well, Jimmy. Update on that. It's not that bad. I didn't know how to feel about it at first, but it's really not that bad. Discord is a wild place, man. It's a wild place. Hey, a good little reminder, right? A very cliche, but yet a very good reminder, Max, is that what you resist tends to persist, right? So that's an old one. Everyone's heard that before. That's an oldie but a goldie, but so true, so very true. So that's a good little thing to kind of hang on and remember. Anxiety definitely very much falls under that category. Where do all the thoughts and compulsions come from? Why do they come? What happens is when you're in a very tired nervous system, right, or you're in a very tired mind, you start to get into a part of the brain that you're normally not in when you're in a calm state, right? So when you're in a calm state, when you're in a more of a relaxed state, you're less involved in the anxious part of the brain, the survival part of the brain, the fight or flight part of the brain. Now, when you're constantly stressed out and you've constantly got tired nerves, you're constantly doing a lot of worry, you're starting to tap more into the survival part of the brain, where all of these negative thoughts tend to come from. It's your brain doing what it thinks it's doing because it's trying to save your life. It doesn't actually know that you're not in any real danger, right? But as you add more worry and as you do more fighting and the nerves become more tired, and the brain becomes more tired, you start to access more of the nervous part of the brain, the survival part of the brain, right? Now you're going to start to get a lot of negative thoughts, very negative thoughts. People say, well, how's that supposed to help me? You just said that my brain does that because it wants to help me. Well, it does, but it's because it doesn't know any better, right? It doesn't know that these thoughts are actually not important. It doesn't know that there's not a real danger. It doesn't know any of this, but it's doing this because it thinks it's helping you to survive, right? So the answer to that question is it comes from being more tapped into the anxious part of the brain. How do we get back to the more relaxed state of calm part of the brain where we don't feel so unreasonable, right? Where we're not having so many negative thoughts. We do that through acceptance. We do that by no longer feeling the fire, giving the nerves a chance to heal. We do that through the two main keys: living life, demonstrating with your behaviors to the brain by just continuing on with life that there is no real threat, The brain sees this. And also cutting back on the worry. Dr. Claire Weeks called it the second fear. The two main keys combined there, perfect recipe for healing. So how do you cut back on the worry? Because I know there's some new people here. We do what is called accepting reminders. You want to go down the rabbit hole of worry. Instead of going there, you spot when you're adding what Dr. Claire Weeks called second fear, which is, again, just worry. You pull yourself back and you say, you know what? Give yourself a little accepting reminder. I accept these thoughts. I accept this feeling, right? I need this to recover, right? We start to enter into this new persona of an accepting person, and we work on that new persona, right? This is how we cut back on the worry. So the two main keys combined, perfect recipe for healing because it's the way that the brain learns through these two keys. Live your life, stop fighting with the thoughts and feelings, have more of that accepting attitude instead, right? Um, that was a very long-winded answer to that question, but I hope it helped. Also, we have got some tips to announce here. We've got a $20 tip from Max. Both of these fine people went directly through the PayPal. That is fine. We got a $20 tip from Max. Max, thank you so much for the $20 tip. And we've got a $55 tip. A $55 tip. I'll say it again. We got a $55 tip from Olivia. Olivia and Max, thank you guys so much. Can we take a second to show them some love in the chat, please? Spam the emotes. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have broke tip goal, right? And you know what that means, chat. We're moving on to a 55 day streak. Let that number sink in for a second. 55 days. 55 days. My morning streams. There might not be as many of you in my morning streams as there is in the afternoon, but you guys are killing it, man. I appreciate it. Moving on to a 55-day streak. That helps me so much, especially this time of year. Christmas coming up. Thank you guys. Thank you. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Also, if you guys don't mind, just take a second, throw this stream a like. Let's get this advice out there to the people that need it. Thank you so much again. I had my dreams and wishes for my life, but my brain is commanding me to do things because of that thought. So I know that you've been here for a minute now, Perp, with a lot of negative thoughts that come in, a lot of OCD type thoughts. Keep in mind, they're only as important as in the importance that you give them. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, Wonder Bro, I hear that all the time. That doesn't mean that much to me. That's a very common saying. Oh, it's only as important as you make it. Once you really start to truly understand that you can have these thoughts and you can have these feelings, but just continue on with your day, and that means don't change your behavior up for anything, right? Right? Just continue on with your day and don't add a fight to these thoughts and feelings mentally through all the worry. Once you truly start to practice these two main keys and you start to work on building the accepting attitude, we call it building the accepting attitude because it takes work and it is a lot like a build. But once you start to do this, you'll see that these things do not have as much power over you as you once gave them. Right? You will make that very important realization. It does take some practice. This new accepting you, which we did a stream on this the other day. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. The old you versus the new you. It's titled something like that. This new accepting you, this new accepting attitude that you're working on is not built overnight, right? It's not built overnight. Old mate says, have I been blocked or something? You have not been blocked. I've seen that comment. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I don't see any other comments from you that have been deleted or held, so I'm not sure what was going on there. They just weren't coming through for some reason, but no, you have not been blocked. Days are passing by like hours, it seems. Can't believe 55 days have gone by. Also, we are closer to a new year. I know, right? It's crazy. Hi, Chris. How are you, brother? What's up, Kevin? Welcome, dude. Hope you're doing well. The I need this attitude is a game changer for me. It will be a game changer for anyone who uses it. We know that we have to stop worrying over the thoughts and feelings. Worry is second fear. And we know that we just got to continue living our lives and have good days, right? Productive days, right? We know that. And when I say good, I just mean a good, productive day. I don't mean that you'll feel the best. But what is the polar opposite of second fear? We know that we got to break second fear to give our nerves a break so we can stop gassing the fire. What is the polar opposite of second fear? Well, it's I need this, right? You can't get any further away from worry than saying, I need this. And you might not believe it when you say those words at first, but if you work on that attitude, it'll become more real for you. But again, We know we got to break out of the cycle. What is the polar opposite of worry? It's an I need this attitude. So I absolutely agree with you, Max. And that was an excellent stream. I recommend you guys check that out if you haven't seen it. I think you gave my friend a lot to think about. He's very new to the idea that you have a choice when it comes to compulsions and worry. A lot of people are very new to the idea. And if your friend wants to stop by and join us from his own account, tell him to feel free. We always welcome new people here. So a lot of people are new to the idea that you have a choice whether or not you add worry to your thoughts and feelings. Thoughts are one thing. They come in very quick. That all the thinking that follows the thought, oh God, this, oh God, that, you can cut that back and you can come back to an accepting attitude. So a lot of people are new to that. The idea that compulsions, aka certain behaviors, and worry, more of a mental behavior, a lot of people are new to the fact that these two things are a decision, are a choice, and that you can work on building a new you. That is fairly strange to a lot of people, unfortunately, but we're here to shed some light on that. You can really change your life around. Completely removes any form of fight or struggle for me. It does. You got to work on it. You got to build that attitude, Max, and that attitude will become stronger for you as you work on it. Right? It will become stronger for you as you work on it. But I'm glad you've already started working on it. That's excellent. Excellent, excellent. Let's get a drink of water here because I'm starting to get all scratchy throat. And also, real quick, I'll go ahead and drop the Discord link one more time. We've talked about the Discord a lot today. So let's go ahead and drop that link again, completely free for anybody who wants to join us over on the Discord. And as I mentioned earlier, don't use it as a coping method, which means don't run to it every time you're panicky. It's cool to make friends over there. We've got a lot of different channels for a lot of different things, not just anxiety, so it's a cool place to be. It's cool to ask genuine questions. It's cool to get a little support, some motivation. Don't use it as a 24-hour coping method, as we spoke about earlier. But with that being said, if you would like to join us, the link is now in the chat. Automatically take it personally when I refuse. My brain says you will regret it. You hate them, stuff like that. Yeah, so we don't say that the brain takes kindly to acceptance. It can seem like the brain doesn't take kindly to acceptance, but at the same time, if you work on it enough, it will take kindly to acceptance because it'll ultimately heal you, right? But at first, when you start leaving these thoughts alone, you start leaving these feelings alone. You stop doing the coping method behaviors. When you start using the two main keys, at first this might feel odd to you. This might feel different to you. Your mind might say, "Oh God, you're doing something you normally don't do. That's a bad thing, bad thing." It's going to feel different to you. It's going to feel strange to you. You're not used to using the two main keys. You're used to fighting. You're used to arguing. You're used to anxious coping methods. You're used to anxious behaviors. So, of course, when you start to change your whole reality and you start to become a completely different person, of course, that's going to feel a bit odd to you and maybe even a little bit scary, right? So, does that make sense? Does that make the way that you're feeling, perp, a little bit more understandable when you think about it like that? You're doing something different, man. You're going a completely new route in your life. That's gonna feel a bit spooky, and maybe your mind might be like, "What the fuck," right? But when you think about it that way, it does make sense. New things, going a new route. When we're talking about doing something completely different with your life that you're not used to doing, of course that might feel a bit spooky. Of course your mind might be like, "Oh shit," a little bit like, "Oh shit," right? So, when you put it that way, it makes a little bit more sense why that happens. Makes a little bit more sense why that happens. Let's see. Again, guys, thank you so much for the tip goal today, man. 55 days is absolutely insane. Never thought that would happen. Never in a million years thought that would happen. Thank you guys so much. You are truly awesome and amazing people. This channel would not be shit without you guys, so thank you so much. So sleeping on the floor worked. I actually thought you was trolling when you said that you was gonna try it. Whenever I was not trolling, dude. My mattress is so old, it's complete shit, and I've not been getting good sleep recently. I've been wanting it. I'm so relaxed. I'm so chill when it comes time to go to bed. I'm just like, bedtime, yay. And then I get there and it's like this shit mattress does not want to cooperate. I toss and turn and I don't like it. So for those of you who weren't there for that conversation, I did attempt to sleep on the floor last night to see if that was better than the bed, and it turns out it was better than the bed. I slept very well, actually. A little painful at times, but better than that shit mattress, I'll tell you that. And apparently, there's a lot of benefits from sleeping on the floor. I don't want to get into all that because I don't know how much of that is true. Um, but yeah, it was not a bad time. It was not a bad time, to be honest with you. It's not bad. Sanchez, I didn't see you, dude. What's up, Sanchez? I don't think I've seen you. Did you just now sneak in? Let me scroll up. Good morning. Oh, you did say good morning. Good morning, Sanchez. I must have missed you. I must have been mid rant when you made that comment. What's up, dude? Oh, I see another comment from you right here. I must have missed two comments from you. I'm late. I was listening to an old 18-minute video of yours 8 months ago. The two main keys. Nice. Let's see. Wonder Bro, can you please make a video on brain fog? I don't understand anything at all. I know you've made videos on other symptoms. So a video on a specific symptom. I don't want to spoil it for you. If I made a video about brain fog specifically, I would still give you the same advice. So I will say that, right? I don't want to spoil it for you, but I'm going to spoil it for you. I would give you the same advice. If you're talking about you just want a video on the symptom because you're interested in why it happens, I can understand that. But in case I don't ever make a video on brain fog, I want you to know right here and now that the advice would be the same. Right? So you don't have to freak out thinking, oh God, if Wonder Bro doesn't do a video on my particular symptoms, I'm not going to have the right advice. Not true. If you're dealing with anxiety or any sort of anxiety symptom, my advice will always be the same. So that should ease your mind a little bit, right? If you never see a video on brain fog from me, just know that the advice would be the same anyway, right? But with that being said, I will try to toss that idea around a little bit. I might do that eventually. I don't like the idea that some people, and I'm not saying that you thought this, Kevin. That's not what I'm saying at all. But a lot of people in the past have thought this. They've thought, well, unless he does a video on my particular symptoms, then I'm screwed. But you're not screwed. The advice stays the same regardless of the symptoms. That's the very good news there. Good day to all out. Thanks for stopping by, Travis. Appreciate it, dude. Hey, Travis is a good guy, man. It's good to see you. I love this stream time. Yeah, like I said, the other day someone mentioned, well, they asked me, could you try to start doing more morning streams? And I found myself able to this morning, so I was like, well, why not? Let's do it. I'll be does that say priming? I think walls today, like as in painting. Is that what we're talking about here? I'm not a huge fan of painting, but it does make a difference, a world of difference, if that's even what you're talking about. I don't know. And you know that's a big reason. That's a big reason why I don't get into a lot of particular videos on one symptom. Now, if you go through all my videos that I have available on the channel, you will find a handful of videos on different symptoms, right? But a big reason that you won't see many videos like each stream having a different symptom in the title is because the advice isn't going to change, right? So it starts to feel kind of redundant when we're talking about specific symptoms because the advice is going to be the same, right? The advice is always going to be the same, so it starts to feel a little redundant when we've got several streams on different symptoms in specific, and there's not much to say because the advice never changes. And that's why you don't see a whole lot of streams or videos focused on one particular symptom or this particular symptom because it's all the same, and we need to throw it under the umbrella. Not only do I do that because it does feel a bit, pointless when the advice is going to be the same, okay, but when we get into talking about specific symptoms, right? And you're trying to sort them all out and you're not chucking this all under the anxiety umbrella, you're probably doing a lot of obsessing, right? Which is another fair point to make. um, that's like somebody asked me, Wonder Bro, what do I do about the pounding heart? Wonder Bro, what do I do about the brain fog? Wonder Bro, what do I do about the DPDR? My advice is going to be the same to all three of those people. Uh, okay, let me see. Hold on just a second, guys. I will be right back. All right, we are back. I apologize. I apologize for that. I apologize. I got some breakfast. I got some combos. Gonna be good. Holy shit, we had a $50 tip come in from Mint while I was gone. $50 tip from Mint. Can we show Mint some love in the chat, please? I want to see those emotes going. Says, so good to have you back streaming. Thank you for all you do. Mint, thank you so much. Man, man, oh man, look at that. Look at that. I appreciate the shit out of you guys. Thank you, thank you. Who was it? Let's see. Let's see who it was today. Holy crap, thank you, Mint. I appreciate you. What is this? Mint and Olivia and Max. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. What's up, Kate? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. You might hear me chewing over here. You might hear me chewing over here. But I'm starving. So I ain't got no choice, man. I ain't got no choice, man. I'm so hungry. Yeah, show some love to Mint in the chat. Thank you, Mint. That's good. That's good. That's tasty. That's tasty, man. We got a couple chicken biscuits. We got a bag of combos. I don't know if you could call that a chip. I don't think it's a chip. Still some of the best shit in the world. mm, 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 mm. My boy. My boy. That was good. Favorite breakfast food. Go. Drop it in the chat. I want to know. I want to know favorite breakfast food. What's everybody's favorite breakfast food? Yes, yes, huge, huge, man. Huge shout out to Mint. Bacon and eggs, okay. Okay. Gotta love the bacon. Sanchez says pancakes. All right. Eggs and hash browns. I'm loving it so far. I'm loving it so far. Insane Furball says, do cigarettes count? We talked about this the other day. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely, they count. A doesn't eat breakfast, only drink. Mike says bacon and eggs and toast. A McDonald's egg McMuffin. McDonald's does have some very good breakfast. Not gonna lie. That shit do be good. That shit do be good. That's me covered. That's me on some days. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I can't even pronounce that, Sanchez. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't even pronounce that. Oof. I ate that fast, dude. Wash that down with a bottle of water. Bacon, eggs, biscuits, and gravy. Oh, hash browns. Yes, hash browns are one of my favorite parts. I could live off Egg McMuffins and double cheeseburgers, no complaints. Same, same. Jimmy says pancakes. Pancakes are good. Now I'm working on the combos. Menu dough? Menu dough, is that right? Menu dough. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Oh my god. Combos are so good, dude. Don't give me that look, eh? Don't give me that look. Breakfast tacos and burritos. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Close enough, bro. Close enough. Fuck it. What am I eating right now? Or what do I normally eat? Whenever is probably the only one to make a Spanish word sound Japanese. Facts. Big facts. Big facts on that one. What can I say, man? I'm talented. What can I say? Tripping balls are dropped dead the next hour, and one thoughts are still me doing me though. You keep doing you, dude. You keep doing you. That's what it's all about. You gotta activate to generate. Hey man, you gotta activate to generate. The fact that that shit's there is good. Just like we spoke about earlier. I need this attitude, right? I think it was Max who said he's a big fan of us putting it that way. I just ate a chicken biscuit and half a bag of combos in like 5 minutes. What a shame. Should be ashamed of myself. Two chicken biscuits, but I can only eat one. Anytime those thoughts come, AP, just say, you know what, I need this because I need to retrain. You're definitely talented, man. The streams have been a big help for me and those this year. You have helped me in a big way, bro. Glad you are back. I'm glad to be back, Jimmy. I've missed the shit out of you guys for real. For real. I know the feelings are going to come and go. AP, they're going to spike and decline. They might come in waves. Yada yada. The thoughts are going to say certain things, but you just keep reminding yourself, I need this because I need to retrain. So instead of mentally fighting or worrying about the thoughts and feelings, you just remind yourself, I need this because this is retraining, right? And you get on with your day. You do you. You got it. Two main keys right there in a nutshell. PJ says black coffee tastes like shit. I agree with you. Wonder Bro, who's your favorite? Spider Man? I don't even know the other people. The only one out of that list that I know is Spider Man, so I'm gonna go with Spider Man because that's the only one I know out of that entire list. Is that bad? Hey, again, AP, don't worry so much about what the symptoms are doing. You just keep doing you, and you remind yourself when you do start worrying, because it's a habit, right? You remind yourself when you do start worrying that it's okay. You need this to retrain, right? You keep that attitude going. You keep that attitude going. That's what we want you to build. It's a building process. That's what we want you to build today. What's up, Ghost? Did I hear you right? Chicken biscuit. Yes. Yes, yes, you did. Chicken biscuit. Which, if you're not from America and you're from like England or something, biscuit means like a cookie, right? Or something. Yeah, yeah. A biscuit means like a cookie. So if you're from like England and you hear me say chicken biscuit, I guess to you that means like chicken cookie, which is weird. That's strange. Very strange. Just for the record, it's you guys who have it wrong, not us. My state is all tore up by tornadoes. I've been hearing about that, Truth. I hope you're staying safe. Worrying about it won't help. I had to throw that in there. But I hope you are staying safe. You all right there, Ghost? Yeah, cookie and biscuit are different things, but what I mean is like what we call a biscuit over here, which is a fluffy. It's like fluffy. How do you describe a biscuit? What we call a biscuit over here is fluffy bread. Fluffy bread. But what they call a biscuit in like the UK, isn't that like a cookie? Like a chocolate chip cookie? I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe it's not the UK. It's someplace. Should I go to work or should I wait for my brain fog to go away? The way that I answer this question, anytime somebody asks me, should they do something specific, I always say you got to do it for you. So I don't make decisions for people. And the reason I don't make decisions for people, right, is because you've got to want whatever it is that you go for. And you got to work on your indecisive nature. So if you decide to go for it, go for it. If you decide to not go for it, don't go for it. But at the end of the day, I'm here to teach the two main keys, right? And the moment I start making specific decisions for people, it's not going to be true to you. It needs to be true to you, right? It needs to be true to you. So I'm here to teach people the two main keys, and then I kind of turn you loose. You make the decisions that you want to make, right, with that. But I don't necessarily like making specific decisions for people because it needs to be true to you. You need to make the best decision for you. I can't do that. But what I can do is teach you those two main keys, right? So I know that's probably a not very satisfying answer to your question, Kevin, but I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I want you to make the best decision for you. Fluffy bread is a bread roll, like a small dinner roll. I mean, you're not wrong. I watch all the Marvel shows, etc. I love it. I'm not a big fan personally of like superhero stuff, but I know it's popular. Like when someone asks me my favorite superhero, I'm never really sure what to answer to that because I'm not a normally a huge fan of the superhero stuff, but it is what it is. Oh, you're Irish. Okay. Okay, you're Irish. I agree with you, PJ. Absolutely, truth. Absolutely. I understand. I understand. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Olivia. I don't know. For me, it's just I've never gotten into the superhero stuff. You know what I mean? Like if you ask me what the difference between like Marvel and like what's the other one like DC or something, if you were to ask me who belongs to who, I would have no clue. I wouldn't even know where to begin. It's just never been my cup of tea. Never been my cup of tea. Man, I can't put the combos down. We're going right back to the combos, so you have to forgive me. My favorite superhero is Starfire and Nightcrawler. I don't know who those people are. I think I know who Nightcrawler is. Some creepy dude that crawls around with the long tail. My motherfucking pops for show. What's up, Kay? Thor, yummers. Hey now. Hey now, truth. I'll show you who my favorite superhero is. Because I do have one in mind. I kind of take my earlier statement back. There is one superhero that I've actually watched his movie. And anytime anybody asks me that question, if I can think to name him, then I usually go for this guy. I'll show you. I feel like I'm going to be very cliche given this answer, but I don't know. He's cool. He's cool, and he's like the only one I know. And he makes me laugh. How could you not love this guy? Deadpool, baby. Deadpool. He's got to be the coolest superhero, right? I mean, granted, haven't really given the other ones a chance, but he's cool as shit. Only if it's negative, PJ. You got to remember that. If you're doing a lot of worry, then yes, your statement is true. But thinking in general is not an enemy. The mind in general is not a monster. Having the ability to think is not a monster, PJ. But if you're doing a lot of worry, then yes, your statement is true. But thinking in general, daydreaming, whatever, not necessarily a problem. If it's worry based and very negative, then yes. Otherwise, the mind is not some big monster. I don't tell people to never think again. I tell people to stop adding so much second fear. So I hope that clears it up. Which I think you already understand that because you did say you're trying to be more selective. So yeah, I don't want anyone to ever think that I'm trying to villainize the mind, like I've got some weird agenda where I'm trying to make the mind sound like, hey, you guys, the fact that you have the ability to think, that's horrible, awful. That is not my agenda. It's what you do with the mind that becomes a problem or not. If you want to daydream about ponies or use your mind to plan a hangout date or whatever, whatever. You want to think about this or that, okay, I'm not saying your mind's a big bad villain, but when you're using your mind to add a lot of second fear, aka worry, to the thoughts that come and the feelings that are there, then yes, that's an issue. That's a problem. And it's one that you pay the price for, right? But in general, generally speaking, if we're not talking about second fear, aka worry, and we're just talking about having the ability to think, it's not necessarily a problem in itself, right? It can become a problem very quickly if you use it the wrong way long enough and to a certain severity. But you get what I'm saying. We do need to work on the worry habit. We need to cut back on it. You're not going to be perfect, right? But having the ability to think in general is not an issue. No, I understand, PJ. I understand. Sometimes you can get a bit confused, but no, having the ability to think is not a problem. Thinking in itself is not some big bad monster. It's when you use your thinking to add a bunch of worry and second fear to your thoughts and feelings, then it's a problem. Then that's a problem because we know that worry equals anxiety. Um, you're not going to be perfect at it. We just want you to work on it. You don't have to be perfect to make progress. You get what we're saying? So hopefully that takes the stress off you a little bit. You can daydream. You can think about whatever you want to think about. Just work on that worry habit. That's what we're saying. That's all we're saying. So hopefully that makes it a little bit more simple for you. Do less worry. When you notice you're worrying, give yourself a nice little accepting reminder and get on with your day. Do less worry and live your life. The two ways that you're going to show your brain what's up. So basically, doing nothing. Not fighting with the thoughts and feelings mentally and not changing your life so dramatically for them, right? Right? So basically just doing nothing when this shit is there. It's kind of what it all boils down to. If I hear the word Red Bull come out of A's mouth one more time, I'm officially going to lose my shit. Have you got all your Xmas presents yet, Wonder Bro? Absolutely not. Due to that unfortunate life circumstance where I wasn't able to stream for a month, I'm extremely behind on a few things. And Christmas this year, uh, people in my life will be lucky to get a pack of ramen. They'll be lucky if they get a pack of ramen this year. Uh, you would, well, I was going to say you wouldn't believe, but you probably would believe how being out of work for over a month can really tie you up. So, unfortunately, no, I haven't gotten any Christmas presents yet. They'll probably be getting ramen. So, I'm just glad to have my shit back though, honestly. They'll just have to be understanding. I don't know what else to say. I made a Christmas wish list. If anyone wants to check it out, not for myself, but for my family. I threw that together. Somebody recommended I do that, so I did do that. Um, I don't think. Hold on. Let me see if the link still works. I'll drop it for anyone who might be interested. But like I said, it's no big deal because honestly, I'm just happy to have my crap back. I'm just happy to be back to normal. And look, normally I go all out for Christmas every year, so they're just going to have to understand that this year I'm out of commission. This year I can't do it. Like, I don't know what else to say, and I'm sure they will understand. So it's not that big of a deal. Man, it really opened my eyes though, dude. It opened my eyes. Not being able to work for over a month, I was like, damn. How do people survive when they get laid off and shit? This is fucking horrible. And then you're in this hole, and it's just like, ugh, money can stay out of it. Hey, no shame in that, Kay. No shame in that at all. How do we order off that? So if you ever want to order off any of my wish lists, all you got to do is click on the link, and you basically just go through the process as if you was ordering something for yourself. But since you're ordering it off of my wish list, uh, it'll take you through a slightly different process at checkout where you can attach a note that I will receive with the package if you want to attach a note. So yeah, it's just like ordering something for yourself, basically. Oh, what was that? That was loud. That was loud. What was that? I'm not currently looking at my PC. I stepped away for a second. Who was that? Holy shit. Holy shit, Furball, dude. Furball, man, coming in with the $75 tip. Y'all gonna make me emotional today, man. 200? What does that put us at? 200? Dude, man, y'all gonna make me emotional today. Y'all gonna make it happen. Furball, thank you so much, dude. Can we give a big shout out in the chat to my boy Furball? He's been around for a minute, dude. Give him a round of applause. Thank you for the $75 tip. Holy shit, dude. I appreciate you. Hey, I appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much that helps, especially this time of year being Christmas. The fact that I was out of or work for over a month really put me in a bit of a predicament. Not complaining, glad to have my stuff back, glad to be here, no big deal. But it really does help me out. So let's give a huge shout out in the chat to all of our tippers today, man. Just all of them. You know, Furball coming in with the 75, Mint coming in with the 50, Max and Olivia coming in with the 50, Max with the 20. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you. I really do. Told you afternoon is better. I mean, morning streams, dude. My morning streams, there's not as many viewers, but you guys kill it either way. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's all I can say is thank you so much. I know how it is. I had to quit my last job because of anxiety. Now going back is weird, but much needed. Yeah, being out of work for over a month really does put you in some predicaments, but it's no big deal. Like I said, I'm not complaining. I'm just happy to be back. I'm just happy to be back. Kay coming in with the $5 Cash App. Kay, thank you so much. Give a shout out to Kay in chat, please. Thank you for the $5 Cash App, Kay. Man, look at that. Look at that. Afternoon stream, man. Afternoon stream's going to be like, dude, morning stream's killing it. Morning stream's killing it. Hey, I appreciate you, Kay. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out. Shout out. I do appreciate that, guys. Thank you for the generosity. Thank you for the generosity. You guys don't have to do that, but you choose to do it anyway, so I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Thank you. I'm sadly high from Red Bulls, so you need to apologize me. Hey, dude, you gotta lay off the Red Bulls. You gotta lay off the Red Bulls at some point. Where my brother Sanchez? Sanchez is around here somewhere, or he was. He was not long ago. I don't know where he went. He's probably still here. He's probably chilling. Yeah, it's morning. It's morning for me, so I call it my morning streams. But good morning, Dwayne. Haven't seen you in a minute, dude. What's up, Dwayne? Gonna start the video over. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Wonder Bros Sanchez. I told you he was around. I told you he was still around somewhere. I knew he would come poking around eventually. Just naturally crazy. Hey, I mean, I think we all are. I think we're all a little naturally crazy, to be fair. I really got to stop eating these combos. This was a big bag, and I've already got it halfway down. I'm gonna make myself sick. No, I just shouldn't say that. I'll jinx myself. It's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I've never met a single person who can open a bag of chips and eat just one of them, or two of them, or even three of them, and say, you know what, that's enough. No, I've never seen that. Never seen that in my life. I don't think it exists. And if you can do that, I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm sorry. This is so good. You guys don't know what combos are? Oh my god. Oh my god. They're delicious. At least the kind I eat, I think, are delicious. Hold on. I got you. That's a combo, man. That's a combo. And there's some of the best little shits in the world, I swear to God. Oh, they're nice and salty. They got cheese in them. Oh, so good. Yeah, I know. No, you're right, Ghost. You're right. I need to chill out. You're right. Oh, they're so good for a ball, dude. They're so good. It's just pretzel with some cheese in the middle, and they're salty and they're delicious. What's up with the random comments here recently? Like from spam bots. I don't understand what's going on. The pizza flavor combos are good too. I agree. I'm telling you, man, they're delicious. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. A says it looks like dog food while he sucks down his Red Bull. While he sucks down his Red Bull, which tastes a lot like someone pissed in a gas can. Hey, hey, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I wasn't hating until you started hating. There's nothing wrong with doing a little bit of housework, Kevin. Like I said, you got to go at your own pace. I always tell everybody, I tell everybody you're allowed to go at your own pace because that's true. You don't have to flood yourself right off the bat. You can build progress slowly, but you should be practicing regardless. As far as what pace you go at, I leave it up to the individual. But should you be practicing every single day? You should be practicing every single day, right? You should be practicing the two main keys. Now, what you do with that information is up to you, but you should at least be practicing the fundamentals. What you do outside of that's up to you. If you want to push yourself, not push yourself, go at a slower pace, go at a faster pace with, whatever. As long as you're practicing those fundamentals, then you'll start to make progress. But your pace is up to you. And the reason I always tell people their pace is up to them is because I don't want to tell someone, hey, push yourself, and then it backfire because they're not even practicing the fundamentals. And here I am telling them to push themselves. They're not even, practicing the two main keys, and I'm saying push it, right? I don't know where everybody's at in their own recovery. So I always tell people go at your own pace, but practice those two main keys. Energy drinks taste like freaking battery acid. Terrible. I agree with you. I've never agreed with anything more in my life. But hey, I mean, to each their own, I guess. I just don't see how you enjoy the taste of it. Especially Monster. Don't get me started on Monster. Jesus Christ. I don't think I've tasted anything worse in my life. But I think your main question was, can I recover um, if I don't get out of my house? You can heal your nerves in your house. You can heal your nerves from anywhere, right? It's not a geographical location kind of thing. But I get what you're saying, as far as bad habits go. You can heal your nerves from anywhere, right? But eventually you're probably going to want to expand. You're going to want to do new things. You're going to want to do other things. But can you heal your nerves? Yes. Will you be happy with just that, or will you want to eventually expand your horizon? You're probably going to want to eventually expand your horizon. The good news is the two main keys are going to come in handy there, right? But to answer your question, technically, yes, you can heal from anywhere, right? As long as you're using those two main keys, but eventually you're going to want to expand your horizon. I mean, I've seen plenty of people heal their nerves and then tackle bigger things, right? I've seen that. But the choice is, of course, yours. You have the tools to do it with, you have the keys to do it with, whatever it is you decide to do. All right, guys, we are approaching that hour and a half mark, so we're going to go ahead start to shut it down here, man. Let's give another big special shout out to Olivia, to Max, to Instant Mint, and to Insane Furball. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for supporting. Thank you to everyone for watching. Make sure you leave a like, guys. Awesome stream. Amazing stream. If you're joining us late, you can always catch it when it gets uploaded on the YouTubes. But yeah, guys, thank you so much, man. Thank you so, so much for being here. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the support. And I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And I will surely be seeing you guys very, very soon. And until next time, as always, stay awesome. Actually, you know what? We're going to have a song. We're going to have a song today because we haven't had a song in a while, or our song, rather, is what I meant to say. We're going to have our song today. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you're going to find out. But let's switch on over to our end screen and let's put our song on. If I can find it, I have found it. So give me 2 seconds and we're going to get that going. All right. In this way, I'd rather die. Did it die? Yeah. Did it die? Did it die? I'm a stone cold killer. I'm a billionaire. I got my own cold trigger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? Whatever you want, I'll be whatever you want. Just tell me you love me or not, whatever it costs. I know I'm talking a lot, there's something I gotta get off. Don't wanna be this no more, I don't wanna drink no more. Always gotta do the most, thinking that I'm insecure. Really should've listened more, but I don't, of course. I'm an asshole, I'm a good guy, I'm your best friend, I'm the worst type. Tell you everything that you heard right, just so I can fuck on the first night. Feel like I'm losing hope, running from coast to coast. I don't know where to go, this
it's all I've ever known. I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. No, did it die? Wait, did it die? Wait, did it die? I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Won't die. Did it die? Wait, did it die? Wait, did it die? My aunt think I'm perfect, I know I'm not. My mama be worried, I told her stop. They know I did drugs and think that I'm off. Little do they know I never could stop. My manager hate when I'm pulling up late. Back on my bullshit, she think it's a phase. I got relations I gotta maintain. I'm two different people, my side and my main. Yeah, I'm sober, I'm an addict. I'm a lowlife, I got habits, but I refuse to be average. Really so tired of acting. Don't know what I miss no more. Too bad you don't hit me more. I'm bad when I get too bored. Careful what you wishing for. I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. No, did it die? Wait, did it die? Wait, did it die? I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Won't die. Did it die? Wait, did it die? Wait, did it die? I'm a stone cold killer.